So the world of leaks and rumors is very fun because sometimes people kind of get caught up in the hoopla of it. I've been guilty of it myself where I've reported things that I thought seemed legitimate and then they ended up not being legitimate. But this latest situation is just too funny to me. And it kind of goes to show you how some people, you know, they rush out there to be like the first people to report on this and getting all excited. And it shows you how easily this whole leaks and rumors style of reporting is able to be manipulated. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm RGT85. I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, but we're talking about Nintendo today because you might remember a couple of days ago, we talked about this individual at ORXDA, and basically this was a series of tweets that was made talking about a potential chip made by Samsung for the next Nintendo Switch model. Now, this individual ended up going back on it. You know, this is the information that they said. They did an update basically saying, hey, you know what? I was wrong about this. Now, who is this individual to the point of where we are talking about them? Well, allegedly, they are based in Korea. They are a Samsung-based insider that knows some stuff about mobile technology. They have been right about some things when it comes to mobile leaks. They have been wrong about some things when it comes to mobile leaks. Now, what's interesting about this individual, though, is they never really tiptoed into the video game side of things. They had never really talked about video game leaks and sort of stuff coming out of there, especially hardware related things. But all of a sudden, they started talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, getting people excited. Obviously, this is a topic that a lot of people are wanting information on. You know, the more Nintendo Switch owners play their system, the more they realized, hey, it would be nice to have something new. So with this, a lot of people talked about it. I talked about it. And, you know, by the time my video went up, they then pretty much just said, okay, well, that was wrong information. So I was just like, all right, whatever. Everyone else's video is up on it. Let's just let it ride. You know, it's something fun to speculate about. I'm not talking in absolutes, but you have this subsect of content creators who do speak in absolutes. And because of that information that was done, they were saying it's going to be more powerful than a Steam Deck. It's going to be more powerful than an Xbox One, the VCR model. It's going to be as powerful as a PlayStation 4 Pro. I guarantee it. And it's like, wow, you're really putting your reputation on the line for what an individual that you know nothing about said. So after this, it was kind of like, okay, you got to be skeptical about this individual. Well, very recently, they've made another bold claim that has a very funny backstory. So here's the claim in question. According to my source, not sources, notice it says my source, next gen of Nintendo Switch development kits have been just sent to developers. So this was a hot topic, you know, 2 days ago. It happened at night, so really people didn't pick it up until yesterday. And then people went absolutely crazy with it. I saw so many people making videos about this, and it's kind of like, well, okay, wait a minute here. We just had this individual come out and say something, you know, about the technology, the specs of the Switch 2, allegedly, and then they sort of backtracked on it, and they said, okay, well, no, this isn't the case. This was bad information. And then a couple days later, they come along and make another very bold claim about development kits. It's like, if they were just wrong about this, and this is kind of their first foray into video game related stuff, why are we giving them credence about this and getting people excited and, you know, building up hopes and dreams of being like, the Switch 2 is coming sooner than you think because the dev kits are already out there, this, that, and the other. And it's like, you have to sometimes step back and look at the big picture. And if you're talking about it as a rumor sort of standpoint, you know, that's fine. But a lot of these people, a lot of these content creators out there, they speak in totality. They're like, yes, the Switch 2 is the superest, powerfulest thing in the world. Yes, the dev kits are going out there, and it's like, it's really not how things would work. That's not how things happen. So what about this source? Can we potentially find this source that was giving this individual information? As it says, according to my source, next gen of Nintendo Switch dev kit have been just sent to developers. Obviously, we're going to give them a little bit of wiggle room because English isn't their first language natively, or either that or they just don't know what they're talking about. You can actually trace this source back and see who this source was. Anyone could go and see who this source was. And when you realize that, when you take a look at that, that's where everything just falls apart with this and really leak culture in general as far as this individual is concerned. So here we go. Nate Drake was a part of this. I don't know who that son of a bitch is, but evidently this was something that the website Famine Boards, which is a subsect. I think this is a like when NeoGAF went away, these people joined there. Or recent era, I don't know. I don't do forums and stuff like that. I don't know if these people, Famine Boards probably hates me. Let's be realistic. Most of these forums out there, Reddits and all that stuff, they all hate me. It's fake. This was a trap. They fell for it. Basically saying, are you implying someone fed that Twitter account fake information just to see if they would tweet it? Yep, pretty much what happened. Well done. And now it's in the news cycle elsewhere. And yes, it was fake information. So these people at Famine Boards came up with a brilliant idea, which some people might find it a bit deceitful at first because, you know, it's like, oh, well, you lied to this person. It's like, well, no, you when you're a leaker or when you're someone talking about, you know, leak related things, your reputation is on whether you're right or you're wrong. And you need to have more than just a random source, because this is not your source. This is just a random ass person sending you a message saying, hey, the Switch dev kit 2s or the Switch dev kits for the Switch 2s are out there. And then you run with it without checking who this source is, without talking to this person, without looking into this source, without getting any sort of information to validate what you're saying. And then you put that information out there, and then other people run along with it. It's this vicious cycle where you just assume things, and you just assume that this person knows what they're talking about. You assume that this person is speaking with good intentions. You assume this person has multiple sources, and at the end of the day, a lot of times they don't. You know, there's nothing wrong with talking about leaks and rumors. There's nothing wrong with it, even if they're just kind of crazy leaks that make no sense or anything like that. Like, I get it. It's fun to talk about these things. It's fun to speculate about these things. The problem I have personally with it is when we talk in absolutes. You know, when we say this is what's happening, or people report on every little rumor, every little thing, every little leak. Like, I don't want to see a video about a Zippo leak. If you know who Zippo is, he is a leaker that is wrong more times than they are right. And the things that they are right on are pretty much common sense things. And, you know, it's weird to me how people don't seem to, you know, be like, oh, well, this is a Zippo leak. Oh, this is a Samus Hunter. Remember Samus Hunter? Like, Samus Hunter got exposed as knowing absolutely nothing. They've disappeared off the face of the planet. But people just, they get so excited and they speak in these absolutes, and they give these people who don't know what the hell they're talking about, they feed their ego, because at the end of the day, that's what these people want. People, these leakers, the fake ones, they want people to follow them like a Pied Piper, you know, just like playing their little flute, and all the little kids and the rats and come out. I don't know that story. And then like the Emerald Isle you had with, you know, where the guy, he got all the snakes off the Emerald Isle. That's why we have St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, man. It's just, it's a vicious cycle and people get caught up in it. But if I could give anyone any sort of, you know, advice, don't talk in absolutes with this stuff, especially when it's coming from an account that just basically came out of nowhere, started talking about things like hardware, started talking about things like leaks, literally changed their mind within 24 hours on something that they leaked that a lot of people ran with. You know, look at the more reputable websites. If they're talking about it, if there's a community talking about it, then there's a better reason to talk about it. If you're the only person talking about it, you're kind of putting your neck on the line. You know, you're putting your reputation on the line. But let me stop rambling here. I just thought this was a funny story because all these people got fooled. And it's like, bro, there were telltale signs there. You should have been looking for it. You got to relax. You got to slow down a little bit. Don't listen to this Twitter account. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Don't listen to anyone. Believe in what you want to believe, because at the end of the day, you know, some things come to fruition and some things don't. And as always, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Hit that bell notification as well. We are on the road to 500,000 subscribers. I would like to hit it this year. If I don't hit it this year, I mean, that's cool. You know, stuff happens. Like, what are you going to do? You can't force it. You can't force people to subscribe. If I could, I would. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.